Reading from a message, a spiritual message. Then, nextly, I'm going to pull 8 cards, and I'm using golden Rider-Waite deck. I'm loving it. And I'm going to pull into rows. 4 cards in 4 rows. Into rows. What I'm talking about? 2 rows. So, those are going to be representing the 4 weeks of November. And those 4 are going to kind of serve as additional narrative. Going to kind of give us more depth to it. And because I like my reading having kind of some kind of focus, I'm going to pull additional 3 cards. And there's another wider. I cannot even pronounce it. I'm so sorry. So this card is it's about what to focus on, what to release, and this is a suggestion of the best way forward. Some kind of way of thinking or actions to take. They're going to be most conducive to you, and this is going to serve as additional commentary. One of those ring cards. So, Aquarius, without further ado, let me put my glasses on and see what's the message. Believe. Aquarius, I'm loving it. I'm loving it already, and I have a goosebumps going. So, Aquarius, what does it say? The force that works through you, through your soul, determining what's possible or impossible. The difference between success over failure and above all who you are is the power of your belief. And that is so true. That is so true. What we believe becomes our reality. So, Aquarius, believe in yourself. Let's see what the November may hold for you. So we have a 2 of Pentacles. We have a Queen of Pentacles. We have a Star. We have the High Priestess. We have 6 of Swords. We have 4 of Cups. We have the World. And we have 8 of Wands. What to focus on? 9 of Swords. What to release? 6 of Cups. And what is the best way forward? King of Cups. Wow. So the November, for some of you, might start from balancing out. It's something about to do. You might have a problem with finances. You might have a problem with not enough money coming in and too much of going out. Equally, it might be about priorities, understanding what you should choose. It might be also about the choices. Some of you might be presented with 2 job offers, 2 different priorities, and it's about focusing on things that are most important. So if you have indeed kind of financial problems, it's understanding what is necessary, what is nice to have. And there might be some kind of also emotionally you might go in up and down, but you're able to do it. Basically what they say, whatever you're faced with, you're able to do it and manage it, even though you don't think you can. They say, yes, you can. And the Queen of Pentacles over here, it's going to be kind of some kind of assistant going to come your way. Someone going to help you. That help might be either as a physical help, so something like you might have some kind of either a loan coming your way, someone is able to assist you in some kind of very tangible way, and taking on board, basically taking on board. And Aquarius, you have a Star and you have Higher Priestess. So I think you might not see yourself or the entirety of situation that you are in full clarity. Because if you're going to look at the Star, this is this beautiful, beautiful naked woman. And can you see something? She doesn't see her own reflection in a pool of water. She does impossible. She stands on water. but she doesn't see her own reflection. So this is all about, maybe and just maybe, Aquarius, you might have a lot of hopes. You might have, I'm hearing on what I heard, and I do apologize in advance, but what came through, it's just sometimes you might have a tendency of lacking being practical, and you might be all about the higher understanding, higher ideas, but you might kind of know what you want. You might have this higher understanding what you want, but you sometimes might be lacking of know-how how to achieve it. And they say, be more practical. It's almost something is missing in the overall picture of situation. Maybe even in your own perception, you might not clearly see yourself for who you are, and most likely because this beautiful woman is absolutely stunning and she doesn't see her own reflection. Aquarius, maybe and just maybe you don't see your full potential. You don't see truly for who you are. And I think what just came through is this connection between those two cards. So you might be struggling to kind of find out who you are. You might be struggling to kind of come to the terms with certain things, but equally you're taking yourself for granted, and a lot of things that you do, you might be taking yourself for granted. So this is about centering yourself, being able to recognize your own value, your own contribution, your own true beautiful self. That's what's coming through. And the High Priestess is coming to tell you that's true, because basically you might be either when water is running, and have you ever seen the stream of water? Kind of, it runs, it goes, it flows that direction, Sometimes it's nourishing, sometimes it's just creating a lot of puddles and mud. You need direction. And as this water is kind of running, the High Priestess is saying, you need some structure or consistency. And what she's urging to tell you, the High Priestess, is all about the consistency. And sometimes is maybe indeed you need some kind of either advice or someone who's going to prompt you in direction of, well, there's a good way, there's a bad way, there is a middle way. That's your options. See and try and see. And I guess that's what she's trying to tell you, that you need kind of I'm hearing the middle way. The middle way. Try and see. And you know within your gut that you for some of you might indeed know in your gut that you need some kind of centering. That's kind of putting things, I don't know, I just see, I don't know how to explain this, but what I see is just putting something around you to give you a structure. It's almost like create some kind of understanding, perception, I kind of outlining what is it that I want to do, what is feasible, what is possible. I don't know how to verbalize it, but that's what's coming through. And then we have a Six of Swords, and Six of Swords might be representing some kind of transition. So it might be representing the physical travel, going from A to B, going through traveling, changing. I'm hearing on business, visiting, traveling. Also transition between a difficult situation to a situation that is far much more manageable. So it's almost like, as you can see, that kind of choppy waters over here, and there's a calm water over here. So overcoming. But equally for some of you, because this card has kind of different layers, might be representing coming to terms with something, coming to terms with, you see that there's that boats here in a boat, you have those swords. So going away from difficult situation, but coming to terms with it, or accepting certain things. But what I'm hearing, there are certain things that you don't have to accept. There are certain burdens that you take on board and you kind of accept them as a part of your reality. And what this card is coming to tell you, that is not necessarily the case, and you are in position to change this. And sometimes the ferryman, because this is kind of my representing your feminine and masculine aspect, and there's a child, so it might be representing your inner child, your kind of, or it might be representing your unconscious, your conscious self and your higher self, and this higher self is allowing you to, is guiding you through the process. Equally, what might be representing the not being able to balance the control and like it says, the failure and success. So it's almost fluctuating between running towards the control and giving up the control. So it's almost like this kind of thing where you might have a coping mechanism that's going to help you to run through the whatever difficulty, but equally allowing dragging the past, dragging something that was not conducive to you, to take it into the future. So this is kind of something to ponder. But whatever is happening, the transition is taking the place.